Give y'all a quick overview of our inside of our travel trailer we built from our cargo trailer. This is our kitchen. It's in the front of the V-nose. We are going to end up putting a sink right here, right across here, and it's going to be a little bit lower than that countertop. I've got that countertop kind of high because of all the stuff under it, because back behind that wall is where we have all of our batteries, charge controllers, junction boxes, sine wave inverter, all that good stuff. That is our little Coleman cooler. Works great. Does use a little bit of power. One thing we noticed with it when we went on our trip is the heat that it puts off actually helped us out because it was kind of cold where we were, and that heat from that kept the trailer nice and warm. So we were pretty comfortable with that. This is our front window. See, we have that window in the front and the little cover that I made for it. This back here, I'm going to put a false wall in. That is the wiring and everything coming from the trailer, coming up to all the connections in the front. Also, coming through that piping is the wires from the solar panels on the top. This is our charge controller right here. That is our pump switch, and that is the switch for our inverter. Alright, and the bathroom. The bathroom, we actually built this, the reason we built this trailer was because of the bathroom. Every little trailer we looked at that was small enough to be towed by our truck had a very small bathroom in it. Most of the time it was a wet bath, not too much into the sitting on a toilet while I'm taking a shower. So that is a 32 by 32 shower pan. We ordered that is an RV tub and shower valve. Did that so we would have a place to wash hands and everything until we got the sink and everything in the kitchen. I just used just roofing, metal roofing for the walls. Figured that would be waterproof enough. It is solid sheets in the shower to where we have a good waterproof seal there all the way down to over the lip of the pan. And then we just did a little wainscoting on the other areas around the toilet. That is our little vanity mirror. Sets out and accordions out. Let's see here. Flips around. It's got the zooming side and the regular side. That is the exhaust fan for the bathroom. Works great. Just basically push that out, hit the button. That is all 12 volt also. When I'm done with it, turn it off, pull that back in, and it's watertight. That is eventually just going to be a closet, either a closet or if we do end up getting one of the three-way refrigerators, we'll put that there. Got a 6,000 BTU window unit. I've got another video showing how I've got that set up on the back end. I am going to end up disassembling some of the stuff on the back side, on the outside, so I can show you exactly how it's sealed up, just so everybody understands how it works, why it works the way it does. This is a little unfinished cubby, and like I said, everything's a little rough right now. We haven't finished sealing everything up, but that gives us storage right next to the bed. I am going to bring it up another 6 inches and put the plastic cutting boards. We have a couple of those. I'm going to use that and hinge it for the top. That way it's waterproof, putting drinks on it and stuff like that. We don't have to worry about it staining. Our power, which is either shore power or inverter. At least I don't have the inverter hooked up yet, but when we do have it hooked up, it'll give us the power here, and that is our only 2 power sources right now. We are going to put one more plug up by the kitchen just so we can use the appliances up there. Right now we just run a cord for it, but it worked out pretty good. Also, that is a full queen size bed. Another reason we wanted to build the camper, just so we'd have something comfortable. That is a 10-inch memory foam mattress we got online. Very comfortable. We stayed in here for a couple of weeks and it was comfortable. I had no problems. The only issue we have is how high it is. Coming off of the bed, you end up sliding and pulling the covers and everything off of it just because of the height, but that gives us our storage inside. Where the blue container is now, we are going to build some drawers there for clothing and whatnot, and I am going to build that as the steps getting up into the bed too. So we'll have that there. And then on this wall, I am going to do a fold-out table, so we'll have a little place to sit, because that would be the only real complaint we had with the whole situation was not having a place to sit when the weather was bad. Didn't really have a place to sit inside, so you were sitting on the bed, which is fine, but a chair would have been much more comfortable. That is that back wall with the laminate flooring. That is the ramp that folds down that we'll eventually have the tent for. And like I said, we did that just because we liked the way the laminate floor looked as a focus wall, and it also gives us the durability to walk on it, because we do have everything going in and out of that back storage, and eventually we're going to put that tent up there so we'll have a place to sit and be comfortable out of the bugs and stuff like that. On these windows, camper that we had, that was we didn't have, somebody we know had, they had a bunch of busted windows, but these 3 windows were good, so we took those and put them in. They worked out great, and they're also louver windows, so you can open them, and if it's raining, it's not too big of a deal. We can still have airflow when we turn on this fantastic fan, which we just basically, with the cargo trailer, comes with a vent cut into the roof already. Basically all we did was pull the vent, install this, and then cut the trim ring, this right here, to height, which we ended up taking about 1 inch off of it. But the fan itself works great. This is how you get it open. Kick this guy on. It works great. Pulls a lot of air through the trailer, and does not use a lot of power. When we were low on batteries when we were on our trip, it would still, even with the batteries almost dead, it would still run that fan, and the fan in the bathroom. So the fantastic fans are a little bit more expensive, but they are well worth the money. It does work really well. These are just 12 volt camper lights we ordered online. They're very bright, all LED. They don't use very much power either. But other than that, that's where we're at. We are eventually going to build cabinets out here. That wall is just there to hide the stuff that's behind it. When we do the sink right here, I will build cabinets out through the whole thing, and that way we'll have more storage, and I'll have easy access to the stuff behind that wall. This wall right here is up under the up under the storage thing, is our place for our water tank. I also have on the video about that. But it gives us access to everything. When I do build this out, I am going to leave an access area for those valves. I just haven't quite figured out how I'm doing that yet. But if I do have to redo something, it's not that big of a deal. The PVC parts are relatively inexpensive. So, I mean, I might have $12 and all of that right there. So if I have to redo it, it's not too big of a deal. All right. Other than that, I said everything in the camper runs on 12 volt except for that air conditioner. And we can run it on the batteries that are there, but it wouldn't last very long, so it really wouldn't be worth doing. But for the most part, that fan and those windows being open gives us all the airflow we need. So that is the inside of our camper. It is an accordion-style door we bought from one of the box stores. It's pretty inexpensive. Basically, we were looking at all our options, and everything basically gave us either a wide swing to where it took up a lot of space, or I'd have to cut a hollow core door and just wouldn't have worked out right. So these doors do come at full height, which is 80 inches, so we had to cut it down. But basically, it's just PVC, so it's real easy to cut. You probably could cut it with a utility knife. I used a hacksaw, that's why the edges are a little rough, but I'll refine all that when we get all the trim and everything up. But as you see, it attaches right here, just a metal strip and magnets, and that just pulls in and attaches. It's also sitting on a rail, just a little rail, and it's got little roller heads that sit up in it. Attaches to the wall on the back end, just is part of the door, so you just put some screws in there. That shoestring is what we use just to hold the door closed when we're traveling, so it's not flopping around. But that is it. That's how the door works. Real good buy. Seemed to hold up pretty good, and gives us the privacy we need. And when we trim everything out, like I said, everything's a little rough. We're not quite finished with everything, but when we trim everything out, I'll actually have trim sitting here that'll close up that front edge, just for a little better privacy. And yeah, that should be it, and I'll trim it out on the back end, make it basically like a case door. Just wanted to show y'all the back end of our trailer, why we chose the ramp as opposed to the barn doors, and how we have the storage set up in it. Okay, as you see, there's our bed. The storage is about 3 feet 30 inches tall. It gives us plenty of storage for our lawn chairs. There's a little table in the bag there. Have our grill in the bag, and the mats for the front, which are from Harbor Freight, just a little 4x4 cushion mats. Hoses, stuff like that. All of our essentials that you need for camping. Gives us plenty of storage. We can do whatever we need to do with it. Worked out good. So, also, on the gate, we chose the ramp so we could take and put that flooring on it. It looks good from the inside when it's closed up, and also durable enough from the outside to where when we fold it out, I'm going to end up putting leveling jacks right here and right here, and that way we can set it level, and we will buy one of the little tents that goes up over it in order to have that as more usable space. We won't have access to it from inside just because we wanted the full-size bed, so we wouldn't be able to fold that up or make it make any sense without just compromising comfort. So we will have just a door in the tent, which they make the tents for these, to where you can just, you buy them and you set them up on there. They've got the framing and everything is ready to go on it, and it has a screen and zippers and everything else where you can have a doorway into it. But that is why we chose the ramp as opposed to the barn doors. You see, that's our little trailer. Thanks.